Ayo YouTube, what's going on? Junior here, back again with another reaction video, back again with another viewer request. Today's video comes courtesy of the results of a poll. Whoops. Remember, every once in a while I put up polls to let you guys decide what song I should do next, and it'll be under the community tab on my channel if it doesn't show up on your mobile YouTube homepage or whatever. The result of today's poll was pretty close actually. 35% of people voted for Batushka, Yekteniya. Apparently the entire album, every single song is called Yekteniya. I've chosen to do the fourth one simply because that's what most people seem to say is the best version. Batushka has kind of risen to the forefront of black doom metal in the past little while. It kind of just blew up out of nowhere. I'd heard of them and I'd listened to like a bit of their stuff before. And I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. I have to remember to check them out. And then the space of me like first discovering them to like literally like a couple months later when I was like, oh yeah, I should check out that band. They like blew up and they seem to be everywhere. Daniel Carlson here, for example, asked me if they're Russian. They're actually Polish, though I think they definitely don't sing in English. So yeah, who knows, you know? Anyways, thanks to everybody who voted in the poll and to commented as well. It seems like a lot of people wanted me to do Havoc, but, you know, they only got 26%. They lost the vote. Don't worry, they'll still stay on the to-do list. Someday I'll get around to them as well. As well as the poll, let's take a little gander at all the people who originally commented for them in the first place. We've got Pasadim, Justin Pramus, Como Lautre. So thank you to you three as well for the suggestion. And of course to anybody else, if you leave your suggestions in the comments down below, the next video could be yours. That's very exciting. That's very fun. Speaking of polls, by the way, I'm going to be putting up another one. Later today, the next Tool song I should do for my 2,000 subscriber special. Hey, look at that. If you want to have any say in what Tool song I do next, make sure to go hit up that poll as well. I'll be looking at an English translation of the lyrics because, as I said, I don't speak, I don't know. Oh yeah, there you go. A big part of their image is like these, you know, they have these big robes on, they do these big liturgical chants. I don't know if that's really the right word for it, but whatever. We're going with it. Their lyrical themes center around Orthodox religious ceremony and stuff like that. Which is kind of funny considering how big they are in the black metal, doom metal, like just in the metal community. I mean, they've got the inverted crosses on their robes, but they have not explicitly said anything about being anti-religious or anything like that. It's kind of just been up to the audience to decide what they want to get from the lyrics, which, you know, I can respect from the artist's point of view. We're just going to see how these lyrics translate and see what we think of it. But as you know, as you can kind of see, pretty cool image. Their stage shows seem like they'd be pretty fun to go to. Oh. Well, I mean, despite what I had said before about them not explicitly saying they were anti-religion or anything. The imagery sure isn't super happy. Then again, religious imagery in general doesn't necessarily need to be happy either. Just I guess just absorb it all in. We'll absorb it all in, and we'll go from there. I'm really, the beginning was kind of slow, had the chanting and stuff. Now this more black metal central style is coming to the forefront. Amazing. We'll keep listening to it before I talk to it further. So a little bit on just the musical side of things. Start off with the drums. The drums are, some pretty great standard black metal drums. Fast, furious, not super flashy at all, but it's just pummeling. Hearing drums and stuff like this, and the guitars too. The guitar, like the tremolo picking, especially the low guitars. The low guitars and the drums complement each other perfectly, and together they lull you into this weird zen state. At least it does for me. You kind of have some more like melodic guitars over top of that, and then the chants kind of mixed in the background as well underneath the shrieked vocals. The vocals are pretty good too. Obviously I can't understand what he's saying. He's not speaking English, so I can't follow along. The overall package of the song right now is quite appealing. It's true enough to what's comfortably familiar in black metal that I can just fall back in and just relax, but it's different enough to definitely keep my attention on it the entire time, and it makes me interested in all the little weird things they're doing. Let's look at this translation of the lyrics here for a second. I'm an overlord, will receive your guilty affairs from your lips, and attent with the clemency, will forgive you any trespassing, licentious and involuntary, will consecrate your souls and bodies. I'm holy immortal, will forgive you. I am the Lord, have blessed the time. You ascribe the glory to me now and forever and ever. Amen. I am a holy immortal, will forgive you. It seems like from the lyrical content at least that he's speaking from the perspective of God, or of an overlord, who's offering to consecrate your souls and mortal bodies, to offer forgiveness, and in exchange be blessed and kind of take in the glory that humanity has ascribed to him. Not in the lyrical content at least, nothing overtly blasphemous at all. Just this kind of imagery is a little bit. So what's kind of catching my attention right now, if you listen a little bit, is the two different layers of guitars. On one hand, we have the kind of very low, slow, chugging riffs that go over the drums. And on top of that, we have the more typical black metal high tremolo picks. I don't know why, but I feel like I don't really hear those two elements combined at the same time that often. So it's definitely sticking out to me. I don't know. Just listen to it as we go through the song here. All right, so that was Yekteniya 4 by Batushka. Again, the lyrics in the second half of the song seem kind of along the same vein. He's describing himself as some sort of God figure. I am the Lord, have blessed the time. Bless mine by your soul, your Lord, because I am the blessed God. My name is honorable, glory now and ever in centuries, amen. Holy Immortal will pardon you forever and ever. So the lyrics in themselves, like they're nothing too crazy. I mean, maybe there is kind of like an overarching story that gets told throughout this album. It's obviously some sort of concept work. So maybe going through the entire album would make the purpose of these lyrics in this particular song a bit more clear. But just by itself, nothing super special. However, that is very much contrasted by the imagery being portrayed on the screen. You see the band members wandering around with this picture and the river and all these things, and as well as this animation of, well, various things. You see this Grim Reaper kind of figure going and beheading God at some point, and then you see later the crucifixion scene, then the people getting chopped up, and then you see the heart, the sacred heart with the crown of thorns around it, being raised up, and then it was kind of emblazoned on a picture frame as well. Then you also see an image of a king with the arm, it seems, of Jesus, with that had the nail through the palm and stuff at one point, which is interesting, considering like the whole idea of these ancient holy relics from that site and how different rulers or different people throughout time have claimed to have like the Holy Grail or a piece of the cross or whatever. All these little things. I'm not sure what it all means, obviously. The themes are there, but the specific meanings, maybe not for me to interpret right now. But as far as the music goes, I can definitely say that I enjoyed it from an aesthetic standpoint. The chants, I mean, it makes sense that you'd be able to mix orthodox religious chanting vocals with black metal. Despite how those two worlds are so opposite, they're also so closely entwined in some ways. At least to some people. Black metal isn't always about religion. It can be about nature and kind of like the beast within mankind itself and, all these other things. But in some ways, and to some bands and people, religion and black metal is very closely intertwined. So, in this sense, it makes sense, and it also does work quite effectively. I feel like this is a video that I'm going to have to just watch again just to see if I can kind of pick up on some more of the actual visual imagery that's going on here, because it is quite interesting, and the animation style was pretty cool looking. I enjoyed it quite a bit. That was pretty fun. I'd give this album an amen out of 10. Very cool. Thanks for the suggestion. And you know what, guys, if you liked the video, make sure to like it. If you like the channel, make sure to subscribe. And of course, everybody have a great day. I won't see you tomorrow. I'll see you on Thursday with the Tool video. So everybody go vote in that poll that I'm going to put up at some point. Yeah, that's what we'll be doing. That'll be exciting. That'll be fun. Do I want to be nihilistic or do I want to be relatable? Nah. Nah.